Today I'd like to share some minimalist habits that I have been implementing to make my life more enjoyable. I have read that implementing a new habit and making it set in stone can take up to 30 days. And these are all habits that I have been practicing for the last few years, and since I use them weekly and daily, I just find they have become part of our everyday lives. As I go through my day, I try to tidy as I go or clean up as I go. Since I do have two young children, there are items constantly coming out of where they are stored and left all over the place. And even though they both try to help as much as possible, I find as I see items that need to be put away, it is easy for me just to grab them, touch them one time, and put them where they need to go, and try to keep all of the surfaces in our home nice and clear. I try to stay on top of the dishes as much as possible. As soon as we are done eating a meal, I try to clear off the table and wash the dishes, completely dry them if possible, and put them away if I have the time. This makes it so much easier when I come back for the next meal that needs to be made. And it also feels so much better when I'm looking around my house and I don't see all of the visual clutter of dirty dishes or even dishes that are laying out all over the place. Another thing that this helps with is giving us more space when we need to make our meals as well. It feels so good to walk into a room and see a clean, clear counter that is ready for the next activity. We have also simplified our meals and shopping as much as possible, which brings me to today's sponsor, Green Chef. The best thing about this is it arrives on your front doorstep with all of the ingredients you need to try out a new recipe. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company, and they have dishes for a variety of lifestyles: keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, and Mediterranean for those who simply want a little more balance. Tonight, we are trying out their vegan recipe, and we have never been disappointed. After all the recipes that we've tried with them, we've loved them all. The fun thing is Grant and I can work together because the recipes are easy to follow with step-by-step instructions, chef tips, and photos to guide us along. Go to greenchef.us and use code Torrens10 to get 10 free meals plus free shipping on your first box. Green Chef offers contactless delivery to your doorstep for easy home cooking. So just go to greenchef.us and use code Torrens10 to get 10 free meals plus free shipping on your first box. I have been trying to find the joy in daily tasks that maybe seem like work to some people, but if I can think of it as making our lives actually easier by tidying things up, putting things away, and making my home visually appealing to myself and my family, I feel I can find joy in these somewhat mundane tasks of putting cords away and straightening up blankets, putting extra blankets away that have been dragged out by my kids. And just by thinking of this differently rather than work and thinking of it as making my home enjoyable and beautiful, I can actually find joy in a lot of these everyday tasks. Another habit I have started is to take time for myself, and I may book this time or just find some time in the day to relax, sit down, and enjoy something that I want to either read or watch or do, and spend my time that way as well. I also like to reevaluate how things are working and make sure that these systems that I have set up are actually working for our family as well. For instance, I used to do laundry every single day, about 1 load per day of the week, and that was just really a never-ending process for me. So I decided to switch it to trying to do all the laundry on 1 day of the week, and I personally prefer this so much better than having to do it every single day. So reevaluating systems that are set up will also help, and I think that this leads to habits that are more enjoyable than habits that are just a task that you dread. I have recently decided that minimalism for me is not about the aesthetic of a white home with nothing in it. And as you can see, my husband leaves his shoes out once in a while, and I've had to really let go a little bit and try not to have such a perfection when it comes to my home. And this makes life more enjoyable for me and everybody else as well. It's always great, in my opinion, to tidy up as soon as you can when you're not doing something or using something anymore. But not everyone feels the same way. I've had to let go of some of these perfectionist ideals, and I also feel that minimalism is different for everyone. And in my home here, you can see my boys' room. There are plenty of toys, and there is not that minimalist aesthetic of all white. They like to have blankets and their stuffed animals, and that is fine with me, because while I would probably prefer to be more minimal, they, on the other hand, would like to have a few more things. Personally, I have also added the habit of not overbooking myself and only signing up to things that I truly want to do that will make a difference in my mind. And one thing I do is I do work on my blog. I make special time for that because it matters to me and I feel it is my career. So that is another thing that I've started doing, is just slowing down and making more time for myself. In general, I try not to book too many activities for my kids and myself. For instance, my kids usually do one sport at a time, and when that sport is over, again, we reevaluate what we're doing and we see if we want to continue with that or do something different. So it's all about not overbooking ourselves so we can slow down and have opportunities to do other fun things that may come up. I also try to be on my own timeline when it comes to seasons and decor, and not on the timeline that is marketed to us. I am now putting fall away at the end of November, and I'm taking out the Christmas stuff at the beginning of December. So as I'm going through my garage, I'm putting away things that I see that have been left out. And again, that's just part of another habit of tidying as I go. All of these minimalist habits have made my life way more enjoyable, organized, and simplified everything. Let me know in the comments what some of your minimalist habits are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! And thank you to Green Chef for sponsoring this video. Check out my blog, shannontorrens.com, for decluttering tips and more minimalist habits.